Artificial intelligence demystified.
Okay, so picture this. You're in a leadership meeting. Someone drops LLM into the conversation, as in, we should be building this on an LLM. And everyone around the table is nodding, confidently. And you're nodding too, because what else are you going to do? But inside, you're thinking, I have been hearing this term for 6 months, and I still could not tell you what it actually is.
I have been in that room.
Everyone has been in that room.
So today we fix it. LLM, Large Language Model. By the end of this episode, you will know exactly what it is, how it works, and the one question that will make a bad vendor sweat.
Let's go.
Right. Before we get to LLMs, we need 30 seconds on something called a token. Because without this, the LLM explanation won't quite land.
Okay, token, go.
A token is the small chunk of text that an AI model reads and processes, one piece at a time. Think of it as roughly a word, sometimes part of a word. So when you type a message to an AI, it doesn't read it the way you do, left to right all at once. It breaks everything into these little chunks and processes them sequentially.
So it's like, no wait, it's more like reading one tile at a time in a Scrabble rack.
That's actually pretty close. Each tile is a piece of the puzzle. The model reads tile by tile and builds meaning, or what looks like meaning, from the sequence.
Huh, and this matters for LLMs because
LLMs are built entirely around processing these tokens. Everything an LLM does, every response it generates, is the result of working through tokens. Hold on to that, because an LLM is what happens when you train a system on billions and billions of those token sequences. So, a large language model is a type of AI that has been trained on an enormous amount of text. We're talking a significant portion of the written internet, books, articles, forums, so that it can predict and generate human-like language in response to whatever you give it.
okay, trained on text, generates language. Keep going.
Here's the analogy I keep coming back to. Imagine a person who has read virtually every book, article, forum post, and instruction manual ever written. Billions of pages. And they have this uncanny ability to continue any sentence you start in a way that sounds exactly right. You say, the capital of France is, and without looking anything up, without thinking about it, they say Paris, instantly. Not because they remembered the fact, because they have seen that pattern so many times that the next word just arrives.
Right, it's pattern completion, not recall.
Exactly, that is an LLM.
Okay, but wait, if this person has read everything, are they actually understanding what they read? Or just remembering the shape of it?
That is the right question. And look, this is where the analogy starts to break. Because the person in my analogy has a memory. They retain things. An LLM doesn't store facts the way a human does. It compresses everything it has ever seen into mathematical weights, billions of numerical relationships. There's no filing cabinet. There's no index. It's more like the knowledge got absorbed into the way it thinks, not stored somewhere it can look up.
That's a bit unsettling, actually.
It is a bit, which brings me to, go on, ask it.
Okay, if it has read everything, why does it get things wrong?
Because it was never actually reading to understand. It was learning patterns. How words relate to each other, what tends to follow what. When it gives you a wrong answer, it is not lying, and it is not confused. It is generating the most statistically plausible sounding response based on everything it was trained on. And plausible sounding is not the same as correct. There is no internal fact checker. None.
So it can be completely confident and completely wrong at the same time.
Every single time. And that's not a bug they forgot to fix. It's a fundamental property of how these systems work.
I did not know that. I genuinely thought there was some kind of verification layer built in.
Most people do. There isn't. Not in the base model.
Okay, let me try this. An LLM is a really powerful AI that has absorbed an enormous amount of text and uses that to generate responses that sound like a human wrote them. But it's not actually thinking, it's just very good at predicting what comes next.
That's close. Here's how I'd sharpen it. An LLM is an AI that has been trained on a vast amount of human-written text, so it can generate fluent, relevant language in response to almost any prompt. It does not think or understand. It predicts, with remarkable accuracy, what words should come next.
I'm writing that down.
That's the one. 2 sentences. You can use it Monday morning. Here's where this gets real for your work. Imagine a vendor pitches you an AI-powered internal knowledge assistant. It's built on an LLM. They say it will answer employee questions accurately using your company's documentation. Sounds great, but here's the thing. You need to know whether that LLM is actually grounded in your data, or whether it's just freewheeling on its general training. Because the difference is the difference between reliable answers and confident-sounding nonsense delivered to your staff.
So if someone pitches this to me, what's the one question I ask?
Show me what happens when a user asks a question that isn't in our documentation. What does the model actually do?
Oh, that's good. That's uncomfortable.
A good vendor smiles, shows you the guardrail, explains the fallback. A bad vendor starts talking about the model's general capabilities. That's your answer.
Next time someone drops LLM in a meeting, I'm not nodding along. I know what it is, I know what it can't do, and I've got a question that'll cut right through the pitch.
And next episode, if an LLM is so powerful, why does it sometimes forget what you said 3 paragraphs ago? The answer is the context window, and it matters more than you think.
See you then.